All right, I think we're live. Oh goodness, I hope the audio is working. Looks like it is. So I'm here. I made it. I made it back. Last week I did not get to go live because I was on vacation in Florida and there was a whole lot going on. We had a lot of activities and time got away from me. I forgot it was even Saturday. So I did not make it last week with the Florida Live, but I'm so excited to be back and I am still facing fears. I really thought that this would get easier quicker, but I don't know, it's difficult. I want to be honest because it there was part of me that was like, don't go live today, just forget it, you're no good, nobody watches anyway. And it's scary. It's scary to be in front of this um camera sometimes, especially live. Live, I don't know. For me, it's scary. Other people, it's not so scary. So we're all facing different fears. And like I said, I like to practice what I preach, and I preach facing those fears. And I think that when you have a big fear, it really is worth being like, I'm gonna do it anyway, looking at that fear, telling the fear to get in the passenger seat and watch as we do this. So that's kind of what I'm doing today with this kind of stuff. And I did not come in today with a bullet point list like I think that I should, because the first one I had my list and everything went really well, I think. And the second one I had no list and it felt very amateur thrown together. And I kind of I'm beginning to feel that vibe a little bit more with this one with no list. So I'm probably gonna do more bullet points in the future. But yeah, so we're live, Mystic Hillbillie Live. I'm so grateful that you guys want to join me. And so I'm going to start with telling you about what I have been doing and what I plan on doing with the Mystic Hillbillie. Because Mystic Hillbillie, I've created a space called the Celestial Grove Academy, and you guys could check that out if you want. There's links down below. And I'm trying to create a space for mystics and spiritual people to get practical advice and to be able to come together. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, if you would like right now, I'm pretty much always going to have a freebie out. And the current freebie right now is spiritual protection, because one of the things that I'm working on is a spiritual protection course. And whenever I teach something, I feel like I don't go in depth enough, but I want to go in a lot of depth. And so to teach it thoroughly and completely, and I won't even begin teaching it until I feel like I know it too much. Once I feel like I know it too much, I actually feel the need to teach it. And spiritual protection is something that I've been studying for decades, for a long time. And I have a lot of real world experience with this. And putting together this course it really is, it's so exciting. And I feel like the audience, you guys need me to start with spiritual protection. So that's where I'm starting with spiritual protection. And I'm going to give away a free PDF for spiritual protection. If you go into the description, you can see the link down below, and you can sign up for the Grove email list, and you will get a weekly email with the Celestial Grove blog. It's a spiritual blog, and you will get emails with all kind of upcoming new stuff. And I right now I have coupon codes and I put it out on my social media and stuff, but eventually the coupon codes will only be available to those on the Celestial Grove email list. So not only will you get a free spiritual protection PDF, you will also get inside knowledge of all the Celestial Grove stuff and plus future discounts, because those discounts are going to be everything, really. And you guys, I mean, my audience is so special. So I want you guys to have special discounts just for you. And signing up for the email list would be a way that you can ensure that you are a part of that. So we have that going on. I am creating that course, and I put a lot into these courses. This is not just, I will use AI as a tool to help me, but AI is not the one teaching the course. This is coming from my knowledge, and I really want it to be good and professional for you guys. So these are not just thrown together AI courses that I'm going to be selling. These are courses I really take my time and I pour my knowledge out into for you guys so that you guys can have an in-depth knowledge too, just as I do. So the spiritual protection course will be coming out in June. That'll be the first course that I ever launch, and it will be accompanied with a spiritual protection book that you can find in the Mystic Library. But right now in the Mystic Library, I have Mystic Moon Guides that I'm working on too, and I'm going to make a Mystic Moon Guide for every single sign. Every single sign is going to have their own Mystic Moon Guide, and you want all 12 because honestly, if you have all 12 Mystic Moon Guides, you know what to do with the moon all year long, every single year. Because literally, I go through like the Scorpio moon, because the next one is the Scorpio full moon that we have coming up in a little over a week. So, the Scorpio moon guide will have a guide for the Scorpio full moon, but it'll also have a guide for the Scorpio new moon. And it has a guide for the Scorpio waxing moon and the Scorpio waning moon. So, yeah. And then it also goes into herbs and crystals with the moon phase in Scorpio. And it goes into, if you know someone born with the Scorpio moon, or if you have a Scorpio moon, what does it mean for you to have that Scorpio moon? More esoteric meanings. And it goes into, what does it mean if you have a Scorpio full moon? You're born with Scorpio full moon or Scorpio new moon. And it also has the degrees. It goes into the degrees that the moon was in. So it's everything for every single sign. So it's going to be 12 moon guides. I think my first moon guide, it was Libra moon guide. And so right now we have Libra, Taurus, and Scorpio in the Mystic Library. But I'm working on Gemini because after the Scorpio full moon, we will have the Gemini new moon. So I want to make sure we have the moon guides for all the new moons and full moons coming up until I have all of them there. So, but right now, if you use the code LUNAR10, LUNAR, all caps, 10, the number 10, I'll put it in the chat. If you use this code, you get $10 off all Mystic Moon Guides. So you can literally get a Scorpio moon guide and know how to work with the Scorpio full moon and all the other Scorpio moons and have all the information about the Scorpio moon for only $12. Whenever you use this code LUNAR10, you can get $10 off. So I wanted to put that plug in there. And so yeah, I will move from the Scorpio new moon to the Gemini moon guide. And that's what I'm going to be working on. After the Gemini moon guide, we will have, I do believe, the Sagittarius. I mean, it should be obvious. Sagittarius. I mean, it should be obvious. But yes. Yes, Sagittarius. Sagittarius moon guide, followed by Cancer moon guide, followed by Capricorn moon guide. So yeah, and until we have all the moon guides there, and then I'm going to be releasing a yearly moon cycle so that you can know when it's a Scorpio quarter moon or a Cancer quarter moon or a Cancer new moon, and when it's coming up for the next year in 2026, and use your 12 moon guides very effectively for your life. So I'm so excited to be releasing all this and to be working on all this, and I hope that you guys are going to love it. I do want to hear your comments. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? So here we are with the lives. I'm probably going to starting all of my lives telling you what the Mystic Hillbillie is up to and what the Mystic Hillbillie is has been doing, what she is going to be doing. That way, you guys can stay caught up. And plus, you guys can stay caught up. And plus, the beginning of the live is whenever people they're not quite here yet. They're going to be showing up. So I just want to take the time at the beginning to go ahead and get all that stuff done. And it gives people time to show up too. So the thing about these lives is I really, really, really want your input of what you guys want to see on these lives. I mean, I was thinking, that we would do astrology and stuff, but I feel I don't quite flow with the astrology. I like to do astrology with other types of video. I can flow with the cards. It's just with the astrology, I pause and I really I take it in because it's such a deep meaning, and it's like I have to sort through thoughts to figure out what to tell you. But I was thinking that I would focus more on Black Moon Lilith and helping us through the things that Black Moon Lilith is going through, because wherever Black Moon Lilith is, that's where we are collectively facing our fears. And I really do encourage everyone to face your fears. It strengthens you. I don't know, it makes life worth living. It's the spice of life. The fear makes you think that it's not worth it, but when you face it, you see not only was it worth it, it was freaking amazing. It's amazing feelings that you can't get without facing fear. And Black Moon Lilith lets us know where everyone is facing fears. And this week we do have a aspect to Black Moon Lilith going on. Looks like that will be Thursday. We have Venus will be in conjunct or quincunx Black Moon Lilith at 4 degrees. And this Black Moon Lilith at 4 degrees is kind of why I really wanted to focus on Black Moon Lilith, because 4 degrees is the crazy degree, the crazy degree. It's the breakdown degree. It's the door. It's the change. And when things are at step 4, chaos can seem to reign. And with Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, we're facing deep, deep fears. And I think 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that don't you don't have to go too deep. We're afraid to go deep right now, but you don't have to go deep. But eventually, Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio is going to pull us into those depths. And it's kind of like, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to go deep. So I think that this 4 is the door, Black Moon Lilith being there. It really is kind of like we were scratching the surface and taking it easy, but now it's time to start moving out to the depths and really starting to explore our depths before we're forced to, so that where we can, if we go out before we're forced, then we can take rain and we can like really clean out and look into the depths and figure out our way within the depths. Whereas if we're forced, then the forcing is going to throw us here, throw us there, and we're going to have to just deal with what we have to deal with. So I would encourage you guys to begin to go deep with yourself, go into the depths of yourself, even though it's scary. But look at your insecurities, look at your shadow parts, the parts that you are ashamed of. Look at what causes you guilt and why, and what you can do with that. I'm hearing that guilt is a feeling used by manipulators. That's true. Manipulators will use guilt to manipulate you. So go within and find your little guilt cords and figure out where they're connected and what that means for you. Which ones do you need connected? Which ones need to go away? So, yeah, there's a lot of cleaning out going on with our fears. Um I think I do want to see if I can share my screen. If I have Hold on, I'm looking up. If I have this on here, can I share the screen? Where's the chart of the moment? Here it is. I'm gonna see if I can share the screen and we can talk. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to figure this out another time. It's saying select the window or screen you want to share. Let's see if I even have Black Moon Lilith up here. Yeah, she is. So let's see what happens, guys. This is the first time I'll ever be sharing screen, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so can you guys see this? I can't see it. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. Okay, so here's Black Moon Lilith. She is at 4 degrees Scorpio. She's going to be moving through Scorpio. And as you can see, she's been squaring Mars and Pluto. And the sun was also opposing her. So this was like last weekend that this square was in full effect. The squares, it's easing up now from where it was. But last weekend it was really intense and it was a full square with the sun. The sun has moved on, you can see. But the moon is coming through today and activating this Mars part of the square. So that's asking us to act on love. It's asking us to act on love. And even though the fear's there, move anyway. Although in some ways we don't even know what to be afraid of. Afraid of transforming. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear around transforming and moving into this new age because it's unknown. It's fear of moving into the unknown. And today we're feeling the desire to act in love despite being afraid of the unknown. So we also have Venus conjunct Neptune right here. So we're opening up to imagining different ways to move and act and be. So things are a lot different than they have been. I don't think that we can quite look at history to be able to tell how things are gonna be. We can't be like history says da 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 da. I really feel like we're moving into new horizons. So let me go to the day that I was talking about where Black Moon Lilith has somebody, she actually has a full, because you can see Mars is letting go of the square. As we act more in love, we we let go of the fear and we begin to see the possibilities of of our transformation. But at the same time, this fear is continuing to square the transformation. So it's still there. The fear is there to teach us something, to help us to learn. It's teaching us to learn to believe in our transformation, to learn to believe in innovation, to um to understand that we belong moving forward despite our fears. Okay, so this is the quincunx. This is whenever Venus is at 4 degrees and Black Moon Lilith is at 4 degrees also. So with this, we're opening up to belonging with this new character, belonging with the actions that we're taking, belonging with these loving actions. We're opening up more to belonging with the actions that we love, and it's helping us understand the transformation and what's going to be needed for the transformation for innovation. But at the same time, we're scared. We're afraid that we won't be able to protect where we belong to be able to continue to act in love. And so the answer for that is to redefine our boundaries. So this is going to be the most intense, and Moon is going to be crossing the South Node. We are going to feel our past, really be feeling our past, squaring Jupiter at step 22, Gemini. And the step 22 is the step that the full moon is going to be at. And it's this full Scorpio moon. So the moon's going to cross Black Moon Lilith before she's a full moon. She's going to be in her full moon phase, but I guess that's the next weekend that we can talk about that. And step 22 is where the full moon's going to be also. So Jupiter at step 22, Gemini squaring the moon conjunct the South Node in Virgo is preparing us for what is going to be illuminated in the full moon. So, this is like a conflict that comes up about our ability to maintain our emotions for the new reality that we believe we belong building. And the emotions of the past seeming to get in the way of that, and our ability to maintain the emotions and to separate the emotions from the past to the from the emotions from the present. So this is again more indication that there is no reason to look at history for how things are going to be. Things are changing. It's going to be new, renewed, because a lot of people are changing the way that they act and react, and this is this is acting in love or acting without love. But there's a need to protect where you believe that you belong. If you believe you belong, acting with or without love, you need to protect that despite how the past feels. And this test is going to prepare us for what's going to be illuminated. If we deny this and we try to move through this with dismissal type energy, then when the full moon rises, it's gonna be it's gonna be like a slap in the face. So I would say definitely use this week to protect where you belong and understand that you belong moving in a new way of loving and a new love. You belong adding more love to your character and your actions, and understand that fear is not it's not there to tell you that you're wrong and you're on the wrong path. In a lot of ways, fear this week being with you means you're on the right path. So, but the disillusionment that's there this week is that see, things aren't working out, things are falling apart, you don't belong here, da 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 da. But the reality is things are falling apart for my good. And if I can look at that and see where it's coming together for my good, I'll be able to move forward in a more loving way, in a way that really transforms what my future reality can be. All right, guys. So I think that worked out pretty well. I don't know. What do you guys think? It was the first screen share I've ever done. So I hope it worked out because I couldn't see I could only see the share screen. So, oh my goodness. So, yeah. that's the week. Let me look at the degrees that are going to be activated this week. With the sun, I don't see anything really happening with the sun this week, but the degree steps that are going to be activated is 24 degrees. We saw that the moon is going to be conjunct the south node at 24 degrees. So this is creative energy. 22 degrees. We saw Jupiter at 22 degrees Gemini, and that is innovative energy, innovative, creative energy. Step 3 and step 4, that's I believe, I belong. So 3 degrees and 4 degrees. I'm sorry. I was taught it with steps, but I'm not a step astrologer. So I'm a degree astrologer. So I need to make that clear. But anyway, um, it's about believing and belonging with a new, innovative, creative way. So get creative with your life. Let creativity flow this week. I think that that is going to be very, very important. Is feeling creative and allowing yourself time and space to feel creative. I feel like that is going to be very important this week. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so nervous with this stuff. I'm just going to be real with you because I don't know, not being real doesn't seem cool. But yeah, that's what the Mystic Hillbillie's got going on, and that is the astrology for the week, the best that I could do for us. Well, the moon will be waxing all week, moving to that full moon in Scorpio. So you got to get that moon guide for real. But anyway, the moon will be waxing in Leo, waxing into Virgo. We talked about the moon crossing the south node at Virgo, and the moon will then wax into Libra by the end of the week. So yeah, the moon in Leo, I feel like it's a very loving, outgoing moon. So starting this week, right now, the moon's in Leo, moving into Leo, and will be conjunct Mars. So we'll be feeling that new loving action, feeling like acting more on that love. And I would say carry that into the beginning of your week. Really move in, feel the love, allow yourself to feel the love, and honestly, fill up your love cup as much as you can this weekend, moving into Monday. Try to start Monday with just like being full of love with the moon waxing high in Leo. Just really take advantage of that energy as you move into the rest of the week. When the moon moves into Virgo, I feel like everybody gets very nitpicky. For me personally, the moon in Virgo is one of my weak spots. I usually tell people, so talk to me when the moon's in Virgo because you feel every little detail that's wrong. To me, it feels like a nitpicky type moon. Plus, the moon will be crossing the south node in Virgo. So truly, it's like you're feeling every little detail of what went wrong in the past, and you're wanting to project that onto the future. And I would say don't project everything that went wrong in the past onto the future. Feel it, acknowledge it, let it know that yeah, you're right, that did go wrong. It did. But look, we know that. We're more knowledgeable. We have more wisdom now. We've grown. So please give yourself the benefit of the doubt, give others the benefit of the doubt, and really use this Leo moon so that you can carry that love into the Virgo moon Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that you can add love to yourself and give yourself some love while you feel very critical, especially about the past. Don't let yourself get caught in the past too bad, too much, too much. Just look at it, acknowledge it, but rewrite your future. Let your future be different. That's your choice. You're the one that has that choice. So choose a better future. Let the self love from the Leo moon carry into the Virgo moon so that you can choose love for the future and love for the past too. And then we finish the week with the moon in Libra, which I love the moon in Libra, but a lot of people don't, I've seen. And the Libra moon, it really does highlight our relationships and how we feel about our relationships. And if you're feeling good about certain relationships, maybe plan to go out Friday night or Saturday night with one another and really take time to appreciate one another, because you'll be able to feel the bond of the relationship a lot better. If it's a good relationship, if it's a bad relationship, be willing to do your own thing, don't entertain bad relationships at the end of this week. So, yeah, there we go. That would be the moon week. So, I'm excited. I like it. Even though there's a Virgo moon in there, for me personally, I love all you Virgo moons. I've never met a Virgo moon that I don't love, someone with the natal Virgo moon, but it's when the moon moves into Virgo that I'm like, the rest of the time I love it. Other people, I've had people say that the Scorpio moons are very, very intense. And I agree. I've had intense times during a Scorpio moon. And we're going to have a Scorpio full moon. It's going to be highlighting a bunch of ish. Really, this is a week to go through, go deep, clean out your closet so that whenever the Scorpio moon comes through and shines a flashlight in that closet, you're like, yeah, that's my closet. That'd be my advice. If you can't clean your closet, be okay with a flashlight being shined on it, so that even if it's messy, you can say, "That's my closet." So find a way to really be okay with that closet being highlighted, because that'll happen next week. And the Scorpio moon is so intense. You want that moon guide. I know you want that moon guide. Get down. You get it for $12, guys. For real. It's like 27 pages of Scorpio moon wisdom for just $12. You can't beat that. So can't beat it with a stick. Probably beat it with something else, but anyway, I'm crazy. Anyway, let's move into the oracle cards. So the first oracle cards I picked up is the runes. So let's see what rune card. I'm gonna grab a rune card come out for us for this week to give us a message for how to move forward this week, or to find our highest love and light despite whatever could be going on in the world. Gibo. So count your blessings. Gratitude is the attitude that will help you get through the week. Your gratitude. Make sure you have your gratitude. It'll eat all of them overthinking mosquitoes. But focus on your gifts. Focus on your gifts and focus on using your gifts this week. Focus on acknowledging your gifts and finding a way to strengthen them and or use them to the best of your ability this week. Your gifts are going to be what helps you move through this week in your highest form and fashion. So there we go. Next up, Lemuria is coming up. Lemuria. Hi, Arcana. So happy you're here. Let's get a message from Lemuria this week with the moon crossing the south node in Virgo. I feel like we need a message from our ancestors to help us understand how to process this energy that we're going through. So yeah, I see that self-love that I was talking about. I just feel like the self-love is going to be so important this week. And really focusing on the bright side, acknowledging what has fallen apart, but really look at what could be possible. I feel a lot of positive energy coming off of this. It feels like there's positive energy in the midst of a storm. And I feel like there is a reason to be hopeful. There's a reason to believe. I'm reminded of the story of Pandora. Everybody says, Pandora released the chaos, but Pandora she closed the box before hope could get out, right? So hope is what helps us get through the chaos and find the meaning in the chaos. So don't don't shut the box before hope can get out. Allow time and space for hope. Okay, that's what I see. Let's read what it says. I don't know if y'all can see that. Transformation. Go inwards and be presented with wherever you are at in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to present, it may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self love and reflection. Insight will come. Shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you're holding on to, and laugh at the ironic, divine perfection of it all. Oh, and laugh at the ironic divine perfection of it all. Journey beyond your constructed outer self where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. So I stumbled over my words a lot with that one. It's all good though. So yeah, self-love, reflection, bring them into a cocoon. I was asking them about how to handle this Virgo moon going over the South Node. And I feel like self-love, giving yourself time and space to process these feelings, not dismissing them, bringing them into a cocoon of reflection, reflecting on the feelings that are coming up. Cry, be angry. If that's what you're holding on to, allow yourself to cry and be angry, to feel the feelings. And then laugh at the ironic divine perfection of it all. I don't like looking for perfection. I try to strive for proficiency rather than perfection because perfection is just overrated. All right, guys, that is the message we have from Lemuria. I'm so grateful for them coming through this week because I feel like the past is going to come back to haunt us in a lot of ways. But if the past is coming back to haunt some people, they need it. So, all right, let's see. What else we got here? Let's see. The Fairy Oracles by Nancy and Amy Brown. I'm not affiliated with them. So let's see. What does the Fae have to say about the week? Magic Frog. So we have the Magic Frog, and what I'm hearing from this is just childlike. Let your inner child play. Give yourself permission to let your child play. And believe in your inner child's feeling. Believe in what your inner child is telling you that they're feeling. Don't dismiss your inner child this week. Believe what they're telling you that they're feeling. So again, there's this feeling that I'm having that this week is going to have a time that it's needed to reflect on our feelings. Our feelings are going to need to be reflected on and not dismissed. It's not a time to dismiss our feelings. It's a time to really reflect and believe our feelings. As outlandish as it may seem. But I feel like the Fae is really coming through, and I hear this from the Fae all the time. Find time to play. Find time to play. Don't why so serious? Why so serious all the time? And that might just be because I'm a serious person, but I'm hearing it from the Fae here. Find time to play. Give yourself time to play with your inner child and ask your inner child what it wants to play. And maybe you can't play that right away, but make time for it. Be like, it wants to play hopscotch. Well, it's raining today. So as soon as it's a sunny day, we'll play hopscotch this week. Your inner child will be like, yay, believe your inner child's feelings. So, it might be different for everyone. I was just trying to think of an example for us. So, yeah, guys, I think that's it. Let's see. Let's get a card from the Hidden Realms. Get one more final message for the week and what's going on, and I think we'll wrap up this live. Unless you guys want to talk about anything, there's so many things that I want to talk about. I want you guys to let me know what you guys want to know about. One thing I do want to talk about is spiritual evolution. I can't wait until I start teaching that. Right now, like I said at the beginning, anytime I teach something, I've gone in depth. So right now, I'm still going in depth of the spiritual evolution, but we could talk about that if you guys ever wanted to on a live. I'd be happy to. Another topic that I feel called to talk about is Revelation, the book of Revelation. I have a completely different view on it, and I don't know, I have multiple views on the book of Revelation. So I would talk about that if you guys ever wanted to know about the book of Revelation. We could talk about that for sure. But yeah, any esoteric spiritual topics that you guys want to hear about or talk about, let me know and I'll look into it if I don't know, and we'll bring it up, and I want to hear other people's opinions too. So hopefully the space will grow to have wonderful mystics that can discuss wonderful and crazy spiritual topics all in one. So anyway, let's see what is coming out from the Hidden Realms, what is going on with the Hidden Realms this week that will give us a message that help us move forward in our highest love and light. We have the Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. So with the Eagle King, what I'm hearing is like the Indian parable of the eagle, flying high as the eagle, allowing yourself to rise and see the bigger picture. So I feel like there might be a need this week to allow yourself to rise, and you need to look at the bigger picture because looking at the details will cause a fall kind of thing. So it's kind of allow yourself to rise and see the bigger picture of it all instead of focusing so much on the details. And also realize that you have angelic help at your beck and call. You just need to ask for it. If you don't ask for angelic help, you will not receive angelic help. If you do not ask for angelic help and you receive what you think is angelic help, it's demonic. Angels will never, ever, ever, ever help you without your permission first. Demons will. And demons can be just as helpful, but that's another story for another day. If you guys want to go into angels and demons with one live, we can do that. That would be fun. But yeah, there's going to be a need to rising above a situation, a tension, an argument, and seeing the bigger picture instead of focusing on the details, and realizing that you have divine help available to you, but it's up to you to call upon and accept the divine help. If you don't want to accept the divine help that is available to you, then you don't have to have it. So, I mean, we're not going to force it on you. So, yeah. And there's a need to believe in what your heart feels. So that's your inner child. Believe what your inner child is telling you it's feeling this week. You've got to believe your inner child. You've got to believe in your inner child and what your inner child is feeling. Your inner child is going to be processing some feelings this week, and it needs you, your inner parent, your outer parent, whatever, your parent self, to help it to help him or her, they, them process fully what they're going through. So there's some processing that's going to be happening this week with feelings, and it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Followed by a 22-degree Scorpio moon, full moon, 22 degrees Scorpio, full moon. So let's process these feelings this week. The energies are coming to us for a reason to process these because it needs its time. And I don't know what I'm seeing is this week is like I don't know much about the beach and how it operates and stuff like that. So it might not even be how it would happen in real life, but it's what I'm seeing. Like we're all on the beach, we're all on the shore, and we're kind of, picking up seashells and swimming through the beach, having fun. Waves are crashing, but we're okay. We're able to handle it. And it's now time we're being called out into the deep, and that is scary. It's scary to go out there. And so you're going to have those that are willing to hear the call and face the fear and go into the deep. And they go out there and they realize that there's like these little devices to where they can just put them on and they can breathe and go under there and be just fine. They didn't know that whenever they were on the shore. All the people on the shore don't know that they're being given these devices either. They're just there. Meanwhile, all the people on the shore are so scared to go into the deep, they won't go into the deep, and then a huge tsunami comes. All those that are in the deep, they're already breathing under there. They're doing just fine. The tsunami don't even affect them. It doesn't even affect them. All those on the shore, the tsunamis hit them. It's going to suck them into the deep. They're going to be into the deep with no breathing devices, and they're just going to go wherever they're sped out, wherever they're going to have to deal with it. So to be the one that listens to the call and moves into the deep is to be the one that is willing to take time and space to process your feelings this week before the feeling tsunami comes. So that's what I want to encourage everybody with this live. Most of all, is to be able to if you hear the call, go into the deep, process those feelings, take time and space to cocoon yourself and process through these feelings. Believe what your inner child is telling you that it feels. That that feeling, that's what I get whenever I know that I'm on the right track with spirit. It's like these bubble feelings. That feeling, that's what I get whenever I know that I'm on the right track with spirit. It's like these bubble feelings. So, yeah, processing our feelings is what's going to help us to overcome and to move forward into the future that we know that we belong living in. So, I really want to encourage you guys, take time and space to process your feelings this week. And I really, really, really want to thank you guys so much for showing up with me on this live as I face fears and I do this thing. I don't really know where it's going to go, but I'm willing to keep showing up and seeing what happens. I thank you guys so much for being here with me. Don't forget to check out the Celestial Grove down and below. You can get your free spiritual protection PDF by following the link and joining up for my email newsletter. I really don't send out a whole lot of emails, so I'm not going to be spamming your account. I'm not trying to do that. I'll only send out an email if I got a product coming out. I've got coupon codes and discounts for you. And I do send out my weekly blog email. So it's once a week. It's a blog. You can skip it if you like. I promise I don't send a bunch of spam emails. So check out the spiritual PDF and sign up for the Celestial Grove email, and check out my website, Celestial Grove. Look around. I have an opportunity for you to have a reading with me. If you want to sign up, it's at the Celestial Grove under the Mystic Readings, and the Mystic Library right now has the moon guides and the spiritual PDF, and soon it's going to have all kinds of stuff. So you want to sign up for that email newsletter so you'll be caught up on all the stuff. And Mystic Academy will be opening in June with the very first course, spiritual protection course, and I do hope to make it affordable for everyone and available for everyone. I'll have opportunities for you guys to get scholarships and all kinds of stuff, so that you're able to just take the courses if you can't afford them or anything like that. I always want to make it available to everyone possible. And I just want to be able to share my knowledge. I'm so thankful for you guys for being a part with me, for showing up for this live with me. And yeah, I feel like one of the reasons why I don't like going live is because I feel like I just start rambling, and I talk so fast sometimes. So ah, with the recorded videos, I'm able to be like, "Oh, you talk way too fast. Redo and talk slower," you know? So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to be here, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I think that is going to be the end of this live, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. As always, be blessed immensely with divine love.